My name is Carla Jaramillo, and I'm doing a video for a grad project on a Bander challenged book. The book I chose was Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck. I've read this book several times, and I've never really had to emphasize on the social injustice that takes place throughout the novel, like racism, violence, offensive language, and the discrimination of mental retardation. I chose two passages. The first passage I chose is the depiction of the mental retardation and how Lenny was treated, and George tried to protect him by hiding and running his whole life. George always told Lenny not to speak so people would not treat him any different and so he can get work. George and Lenny were the two migrants, workers, looking for job opportunities during the Great Depression. That's what this book is about. The first passage is on page 6 and 7, and it says, "That ranch we're going to is right down there in another quarter mile. We're going to go in and see the boss. Now look, I'll give him the work tickets, but you ain't going to say a word. You just stand there and don't say nothing. If he finds out what a crazy bastard you are, you won't get no job. But if he sees your work before he hears you talk, we're set. You got that?" "Sure, George. Sure, I got it." "Okay, now when we go see the boss, what you gonna do?" Lenny thought. His face grew tight and thought, "I ain't gonna say nothing. Just gonna stand there. Good boy. That's swell. You say that 2 or 3 times and you sure won't forget it." Lenny droned to himself softly. "I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing." The second passage I chose was to show the racism and how the black workers or people were segregated and treated compared to other people. Curly's wife was around the stables when her husband wasn't in there, and Crook stood up from his bunk and faced her. "I had enough," he said coldly. "You got no rights coming in a colored man's room. You got no rights messing around in here at all. Now you just get out. Get out quick. If you don't, I'm gonna tell the boss to never let you come in the barn no more." She turned on him in scorn. "Listen, nigger," she said, "you know what I can do if you open your trap?" Crook stared hopelessly at her, and then he sat down on his bunk and drew on to himself. She closed on him. "You know what I could do?" Crook seemed to grow smaller, and he pressed himself against the wall. "Yes, ma'am." "Well, you keep your place then, nigger. I could get you strung up on a tree so easy, it ain't even funny." On that second passage was on page 88 and 89. I chose that passage to show that really shows the racism and the violence and the offensive language. I hope you enjoyed my Bander Challenge book. Thank you.